Hey guys, welcome back to Stuff Steve Likes, and today I just want to do a short video on why I think the Casio G-Shock, the GW-M5610, is the perfect watch. Now, not perfect as in it has no flaws, not perfect as in it's beautiful jewelry, not perfect as in it takes, place of mechanical watches or analog watches or anything like that, but just in the fact that for 99% of people, this is all the watch that they will ever need. Now, I use the word need, not want, of course. I mean, I have lots of different watches that I love, mechanicals, other G-Shocks. I've got a Casio calculator watch. There's all sorts of watches that we want, but as far as 100% need, this is all the watch that 99% of people would need. There are some people that require, certain functions and things like that, but honestly, with our, smartphones and things like that, there's not really that much need that goes along with most of those functions anymore. So this isn't to say that there aren't other amazing watches out there that would fit most of these needs, but I think that this one is kind of the one that if you handed it to somebody and said, this is the only watch you have for the rest of your life, it would fit pretty much every need that they had. So the simple reasons for that are the toughness. If you know anything about G-Shocks, they are extremely tough. They're shock resistant, they're 200 meters water resistant, they're vibration resistant. Just in general, they are as tough as they get. The other thing is that this particular version is the tough solar version, which charges off of light, not even only sunlight, but also just any kind of light bulb or flashlight or anything. So any kind of light charges this. So you never, for its useful life, you never have to change the battery on this. The other thing is that this one is multi-band 6, meaning that it updates to the atomic clock, so you never have to adjust the watch. As long as you put the correct time zone in, that's it. It adjusts daylight savings time, it adjusts the date, it adjusts the year, everything. It's every day, every night, it goes out and gets the signal from the atomic clock and updates, so it's always within a second or so. I do have another one that updates to the atomic clock, and once in a while they're about 1 second or a half second away, but either way, most phones aren't even exactly to the second to the atomic clock. Sometimes there's a little delay, but for all intents and purposes, within a second a day. It's very, very accurate. And the other thing with this too is that it has a stopwatch, it has a timer, it has 5 alarms on it, and it has world time. So, I mean, those are really the functions that people use. Those are the functions that I use. I have a Rangeman, I have a Mudmaster, those have, compass and all that stuff, but I mean, honestly, unless you're in the woods and lost, and you really want to use those functions, you don't really need them. I mean, we have phones, we have, GPSs, all these things that kind of can correct us directionally if we're lost. So those are more fun things, those are more hobbyist things for people that do a lot of hiking and backpacking and things like that. But even the people that do that kind of stuff, if they were truly honest, they would probably say that, no, I don't really have to have that function on this watch, but it's fun to have. And I do have a Rangeman and a Mudmaster, and I love them, and I do use the functions when I can, just to say that, hey, I bought this watch and I'm going to use it, to the maximum ability. So, but for most people, it's completely unnecessary. So this one does really check all those boxes. Now, as far as fashion and all that, this has a lot of options as well, a lot of different colors. They even make all metal ones now that connect via Bluetooth and all that. The square is definitely kind of the quintessential G-Shock. It's the original G-Shock design, and even the creator of the G-Shock wears a square most of the time. He said it's his favorite design, and of course probably because it's his baby, it's the first one that he came up with. But, this one in particular, again, this is the GW-M5610, and, this does have the atomic, it does have the solar, stopwatch, timer, and world time and 5 alarms. And again, I think those, for 99% of people, are the only functions that most people will use, and therefore that's why I believe this is the perfect G-Shock for 99% of people. And that would be in a situation where it's like, okay, everybody gets the same watch, we're going to be boring, you have no choice, this is the watch you're going to have for the rest of your life. This would be that watch. I truly believe this would be that watch. And you know, we're all, you know, at least here, in most parts of the world anyway, you can make choices on your, you know, what you wear and fashion and accessories and all that kind of stuff. So obviously this is just hypothetical. That's all this video is about. But yeah, this one really fits the bill for, I believe, most people. And you know, you go through it. So on here you have, it's Monday the 22nd, you have your time. This shows it's PM. It's on power save mode, which saves the battery during the night, and we're on high battery there, and it's on daylight savings time. It does not say RCVD, so it did not receive the atomic time last night, but I did have it in my dresser drawer, which, you know, is a good way to not allow it to receive the time. There's your world time there. There's your alarms. Again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is your snooze alarm, signal. There's your stopwatch. There's your timer, and then back to home time. And I've done a review on this watch, just my initial thoughts and everything. This one is more why I believe it is the best EDC watch. Whether or not you like the design or anything, that's personal opinion. I personally love it. I think it's great, especially in this colorway. I think it's awesome. The red and black, the matte red and black. I've had some glossy red and blacks, but I just love this matte. It looks really cool, and I love that white. The part that surrounds the screen in the white. I just think this thing just looks awesome. This is the May 2019 release. So go check that out. There are still a few on Amazon. I did see there. They run about $140. You can get the basic version of this for around $90 to $100, just the black version. Essentially the same watch, it's just not as flashy visually. But for a lot of people, they'll prefer the black anyway, so you can get a little bit cheaper. But again, you know, this is just my idea of the perfect everyday watch, and you know, make a comment below. Agree with me, disagree, it's all fine. It's all up for discussion, but this is just my opinion. So everything on my channel is simply my opinion. You don't have to agree, but I appreciate you guys stopping in, and please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.